Hey, AfterBuzz TV Shark Tank fans, we are back. I hope I remember what to do. Kelsey and I are so glad to be here. We will be discussing Season 9, Episodes 14 and 15. Too many products to name, plus a really great photo surprise coming up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bum, 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 bum. My rolly chair is rolling around as I do my Shark Tank dance, Kelsey.
This almost feels like I'm doing the Egyptian dance.
I was thinking that too, and we are
I'm not, though.
We're doing the Shark Tank.
It's the Shark Tank dance.
And for those of you who are listening and not watching, Kelsey and I have our coordinated Shark Tank dance moves down, so I suggest you find a YouTube link and watch us.
We practice on the regular.
Since we saw you in 2017, so long ago now.
It's a whole new year, people.
Whole new year,
Whole new
Shark
you,
Tank.
whole
Yes.
new Shark Tank.
So before we get started, Kelsey, who are you? Where can people find you?
Guys, I'm Kelsey Hightower. New year, same me. You can follow me at Kels Hightower on Instagram, Snapchat, and anything else, really.
Hey guys, I am still Zoe Hewitt and I am still real, so you can find me at Real Zoe Hewitt on Twitter and Instagram. And I am so excited to start talking about the show, but before we do, I did give a tease you guys about a photo. Now, it is perfect timing. Kelsey, take it away.
Okay, guys, so 2018, in honor of Shark Tank, I held a shark this weekend.
What?
Oh my gosh. So I was on the beach doing a little beach camping, you know, super fun, cash, whatever. And this fisherman was doing some deep sea fishing and he caught something. So I, of course, ran over there being super nosy and was like, hey, friendly neighbor over here, what'd you catch? And he was like, it's a shark. And I was like, shut up. I love sharks. Can I touch it? And he was like, yeah, you can hold it. So I got to hold a shark and I got to release it and put it back into the ocean. It's just a baby. It's a little leopard shark. He told me it was a tiger shark. It's not. It's a leopard shark. So it was just the best experience of my life, I just have to say. And it was not slimy at all. It was super cute, very tiny. And, you know, he's going to grow up to be a big old shark one day.
And maybe you can pick him up then.
And maybe he won't eat me, you know? He'll remember our bond and we'll be friends.
It'll be like that YouTube video of the guy with the lion who remembers him. Have you seen that? I love it. It'll be you and the shark. I know we've got your shark photos, so we'll get that up, and anyone who's watching can see just how excited you are.
Oh my gosh, so excited.
So the other thing that unfortunately is not quite as exciting, it's raining here in LA, which is not exciting because we don't know what to do about rain. But Kelsey and I weren't able to bring our laptops for fear of them getting drenched. So we will put the chat up. We've got it like on our phones. So we're going to try and watch it even though it's teeny tiny, but we know that you guys are there and we appreciate it. So thank you.
We love you.
We love you. We love you. Even if we can't see you tonight.
Just a screen away, you know?
Yes, exactly.
I know.
And so just a wall away is Frywall. Now, Yair was in the tank, $100,000 in exchange for 10% of his company. And I'm going to add a little commentary as I describe this product because I think it's brilliant. It's basically a silicone cylinder that you put in your pan or pot so that way if you're frying or you're just pouring a lot of food in like stir fry, it doesn't make a mess. And what's better than a splatter screen is where the splatter screen you can't see in. This is completely open on the top. It just makes higher sides so the splatter gets caught. It is also dishwasher safe. and I
tried to open up the live feed right now and it was just you talking twice. So sorry for the interruption, Zoe. But I will jump in and say I also love it. And when they did the bacon demonstration, I was like sold because as soon as you see bacon going into the frying pan, automatically like my arms just are like, ouch, 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 because of all the oils and everything popping on you. I mean, every time I cook bacon, that happens. And I was like, a way to solve that? I'll just buy that for the bacon.
I know. This product, I thought, like, I can't say it enough. I thought, like, so brilliant.
Yes.
And what a perfect Bed Bath & Beyond product. Come on.
Oh my gosh, the wedding registries that I could buy that for all the people that are getting married. I was going to say put that on, but I'm not getting married like to 100 people anytime soon. So
you could be, though.
I mean, new
New
year, new
year.
me. What's up? But I could buy that for a lot of people that I
Yes.
know are getting married because that would be a great gift.
I was thinking stocking stuffer, which makes me think of our show right before the holidays. What did you want to give people? Something
The
weird,
mustache.
deodorant? A mustache
Remember?
remover.
That was
Yeah.
like the first episode. It wasn't even close to Christmas, but I was like, Christmas is coming. I gotta be ready.
How did that Christmas go for you, Kelsey?
You know, I didn't get to try the mustache because I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe Zoe was right. Maybe I should wait and let this simmer for a minute. So everyone in my family thanks you for talking me
Out
off
of that
cliff.
gift. But with Frywall, which I feel like people would love to get. So in just 1 year in business, they have got 800,000 in sales, which is a lot of money.
Yes.
And he wants to do like branding and licensing and co-marketing, all which I think would be really smart. Mark, not so much. He didn't think so. But Lori says, yes, you have to.
Yeah.
So with all that back and forth, basically Lori thinks he's brilliant and has like this little gold ticket that she just had made. It's a little basically guitar pick made of gold that she says she gives to the product that she loves. And like she's desperate for him. She wants him.
She wants him, and she really pushed that it was made of gold, solid gold. And we're
Yeah.
like, we get it, Lori. You're like a billionaire. You have gold, and you can just make things out of that, you know. It's fine. But yeah, I was intrigued because we haven't seen that before.
No. That's
And this is a
new.
new thing.
Yeah.
And she also pulled it out for like the first product. I was like, you're not holding back, you know, like what if there's something better around the corner?
know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with Lori. I thought it was kind of one of the best products on this episode. So I mean, she was good and she really fought for it. And it's something that's perfect for Lori. So I mean, yeah.
It so is. And
It's
everyone
her.
wanted in. And it was interesting. So he did wind up taking the deal with Lori, which was exactly what he asked for. But didn't you think it was interesting that he did not jump on it? He wanted to hear from everyone
Right.
else. And even when she pulled out that gold ticket.
I know. Well, I think whenever a lot of people do that, though, when they want to hear everybody, they want to hear all the options just in case somebody has something better. And I know he was waiting for Mark to say something too. So he was like kind of waiting, and she was like, "No, take it now." And he was like, "Just out of respect, I want to just check," you know.
Like, why?
So-
Mark isn't even the right person. And like she
Well-
said, this is how much he asked for.
I know, but they were asking for more, or they were giving him more money.
No, they
Right?
weren't. It was
What
all
wasn't-
100,000. Kevin offered 15%.
Yeah,
Damon offered
15%,
15%. Then
and
Damon
she-
went down. Lori
Yeah.
did the same.
And she did the
Mark said he
10.
was out. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Lori was the sure winner.
I
all
know,
the
and
way.
you would think
Jump
that
on
he would have gone in wanting Lori.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely, absolutely. Tina's in
Anyways.
the chat, which we can read up on our screen. It's
Hi,
big enough for us. So
Tina!
yay, hi Tina. I like don't even know which of our many cameras to look at as I wave to Tina because our chat
Do a
screen is-
360 right here.
Our
Hi.
chat screen is like way up high, so it looks like we're staring into space as we read it.
Oh, but
Tina thinks the
hello.
gold was cheesy, but so Lori. Yeah, kind of.
It was so Lori, though.
And
I mean,
Barbara. I could totally see
I
Barbara,
could see Barbara doing that
for
too,
sure.
but
What do you
definitely
think,
Lori.
Tina? Do you think Barbara would do it too? Let us know. And so, deal with Lori. What do you think? I think we're in agreement, right?
Yeah.
Best shark for the job.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I think we're in agreement too. Would you invest?
I would invest just so I can buy it for everyone getting married.
And for Christmas, me too. I would so invest.
I'm-
I want to go buy this
Yes,
regardless.
for the bacon. Do it for the bacon, people.
So as we move on, I do want to take a quick break. They put the update in next, and normally we hold our updates till the end, but this one was so fascinating. I feel like we can't take a chance at missing it.
Yeah.
So it's from season 5, a company called Plated that made a deal initially with Mark. It's basically a meal delivery service, but the deal fell through. And a year later, Kevin came on board, and they have 100 million in sales now. But here's the like really amazing part. They just did a deal where Albertsons grocery store chain acquired them for $300 million. This is now the biggest acquisition in Shark Tank history. $300 million.
Woo!
I know.
That's amazing. Also,
know.
I've heard of Plated. It's just like Blue Apron or any
Right.
of those, but I did not know that you could go pick it up at Albertsons, and what a
Yeah.
genius idea.
Yes.
I had no idea, and I was thinking, as soon as I get home, I need to look this up because that sounds amazing. And because it takes
Yeah.
the step out of it, I mean, I love Blue Apron because it delivers, you have the right portions, but you still have to make it, you know?
Right.
And I mean, if you're not going to be home or whatever reason, then, you know, it's like, okay, I'll just warm something up in the microwave.
Right.
This, you can go to Albertsons, pick it up, it's already done.
And
It's the same, like, healthy, organic stuff that you're getting
And
if you
full
would have done
meal,
it.
right?
And a full meal.
Yeah.
It's going to fill you up. So you can eat
Amazing.
it on the way home in the car, right? I wouldn't suggest it, but you could.
You are all plated all the way.
All plated.
2018.
I just want to try. I just want to try it. Like, it's such. It's taking all of these box services to the next level.
Yes.
So,
You sound like someone paid you for that endorsement. You are like right on that. But
guys,
not paid.
Not paid, but you know, you can hire me. Looking for jobs. Wink, wink. Okay.
Tina says that she doesn't think that Barbara would do the deal, but who knows? Because sometimes she's cray-cray. Tina also says she's never heard of plated, but it makes so much money. It's kind of different. It might be an American thing. That's true.
Postmates
probably.
Apron, yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on because, I mean, basically, I think we're all just really big fans of Frywall. We could talk for an hour about
I know.
how great it is.
The bacon. I mean, have I stressed that enough?
Bacon. Now, here's something to work off that bacon. It's the elliptical stroller. Pierre was in the tank, wherever he was, $500,000 in exchange for 40% of his company. And this is a stroller that has basically an elliptical machine attached. So you can, but he calls it elliptical. It's not really elliptical. It's more like a stair stepper. It looked to me like more like an up and down, not a front to back.
That's correct. But
At any rate, would you buy it? Would you use it?
it's a great concept. That one, as soon as he brought it out, I could tell that it was heavy. And you like, if you're a parent, if you're a mom and like you're going to the mall, I mean, how many times do you see like just trying to get in and out of everything? It's so heavy. The diaper bags are so heavy. Like everything is extremely heavy. Why are you going to like hunk this big metal thing into your car, you know, just for exercise? You'd be like, too much trouble. It's not happening. So I was like, great idea, but this product is not great.
Yes.
I would say.
And at first, no, I agree. At first, when it came out, I was like, I was even talking to myself. I was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't buy this? And then the
Yeah.
more I watched, and then they kept saying it's so you can exercise. And I thought, like, can't you push a normal stroller and exercise?
I mean, I see moms out there like on the
Like
running
jogging.
trail. Yeah, like
Yeah.
running behind the thing. But I mean, it's a cool concept because I mean, like that looks fun. It looks like I could get on there and like do that, you know, like put a dog in there or something, you know. But it's just it needs to go through a few more steps. Like it's just not ready. And I thought that the Sharks gave him some invaluable information as far as go to some of these like high companies that are already selling billions of strollers and sell them that concept or the little thing that they can latch on to their already made strollers.
Yeah.
So especially since he doesn't have kids and doesn't like, I mean, his sister has kids, which that was a good reason for him to invent this. But like, he obviously has not been around like a ton of kids in his life, I can tell, or you know, just because he is not used to like a lightweight stroller or like what are some other needs. It just there are better strollers out there. So why are you gonna buy a
The
hunky
heavy
one?
Yeah, and a hunky one. Are you sure you're not talking about the guy?
I mean, he was good looking, so
But the
he's
main
got
thing
that
is,
going.
it was heavy, and so right now he has 7 patents. He's spent $170,000 total. But the thing is, this is actually only a prototype. It has cost him $48,000 to make that stroller. And the main comment I think from the Sharks was, if he had no money, he would have thought to adapt a regular stroller. It's because he had started making some money that he thought he was going to suddenly come up with a brand new, you know, invent the wheel again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Tina said she knew that it would never work. Strollers keep getting smaller, not bigger. So that's we're all on the same page here.
All on the same page. Yeah, I feel like this is another dull one when we all agree.
I know. We'll get another one.
We need to disagree.
Okay.
Let's see. Next one. Okay.
Next one.
So elliptical stroller, he did not get a deal. Would you have? I think we already know.
Yeah, and
You're
not
not
for
gonna-
this.
yeah,
but
me either.
Yeah, I agree
Me
with the
either.
Sharks on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can disagree now.
Darn
but
it.
We're not.
Why are we so friendly to each other? Why do we like each other so much?
Why are we just such good investors, Kelsey?
I don't know. It's why we're billionaires.
Yes. Now, Innerv is next. Ranjith and Akshita, $800,000 in exchange for 8% of their company. This is a device that can retrofit your current stove. You basically just take the knobs off. You replace them with these Innerv knobs, and then you have a sensor that goes on your ceiling. And basically what it does is if your stovetop gets too hot, it senses that and turns the stove off. So that way you don't start a fire and burn your house down. Brilliant.
It's great.
I would totally buy this.
this could be adapted to a lot of other things around the house too. For instance, my straightener that sometimes I leave on, or I mean, like, not the knobs, but the concept of it, as far as like turning all these heated things
But wait,
off.
that does. Like, I have a curling iron that turns itself off automatically.
I have a curling iron that does that
I don't think my
too.
flat iron does.
My flat
though.
iron doesn't.
Why is that?
I don't know.
It must be a flat iron thing.
Huh. You've stumped the stumpers over here.
Yes. Why? Why does it work for a curling iron and not a flat iron?
I don't know. Stop the show. Let's go find out.
But you're right. What else can we plug it into? Nothing. What else in your house has heat?
As far as
what else would you plug it in? You said it could be adapted for lots of things.
the concept, I guess.
Right.
Like,
For
they
what
could
else?
take this.
What else?
I mean, that's what I had off the top of my head. I didn't know I was going to be challenged.
You didn't think
Back
you had
to
come
Tina,
prepared
who
Yeah,
says,
Tina.
this was a super smart idea, I think, but we don't have knobs.
Oh.
We don't have a glass stove, or however you say that in English. But
Oh.
if that could somehow work, that would be great. So if you don't have the knobs, like, how do you do that? Especially if there's, like, the electric stove where there's just buttons.
Wait, Tina, I feel like I wish I had the computer because I feel like I need to Google this. I don't think glass stove, but I'm wondering what you press.
Is it just buttons? Buttons?
Tina, we need more
Tina,
info.
please
I'm
clarify.
sorry. Your English is amazing, so don't take it that way. It really is.
Yes.
It's just because we're not familiar with glass stoves, so I'm not sure. Because
have
we don't have
knobs.
any stove. There are no stoves here. I don't think there are any stoves that have buttons. They all have knobs. But the oven has buttons.
Oven has buttons.
So
There might be, and we just don't know about it.
I have never seen that.
Well,
And because I have never seen it,
then it
must
doesn't
be-
exist.
Exactly.
There you go. From the horse's mouth.
yes,
You
thank
heard it here first.
Nay.
Nay.
From the shark's mouth.
Oh,
Come on.
no.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know,
Okay.
first episode back from break. I'm slow on the puns. We'll get there.
I thought this was brilliant. So they did not take a deal. So they did have an offer. Robert offered, but he said he would do it only for 20%. And they tried to negotiate a bit and basically no deal. Would you have invested though?
I think it's a good idea. I don't know if I would have invested or not, actually, because I don't think that I would have.
I think the Sharks were concerned that 800,000 was a lot of
That's
money.
a lot.
It's a lot
And
of
there was a
money.
lot of people into
Yeah.
the tank today that had really
Yes.
high.
I feel like
equity
that's a
or whatever.
trend. The high ask with the low equity, that's a big
Yes.
trend.
I know. But yeah, I don't think I would, because I haven't had this problem before. Like, I don't
Really?
cook very often, so I don't leave things on because
This is true. You know when I could have used space heaters. That's when you use this. Okay, I do have a story, you guys.
Okay,
So in my
do
old
tell.
job, I was always cold because our air conditioning and heat
Yes.
in the whole office didn't work well. So I did have a space heater. And in fact, I had an old noisy space heater.
Uh-huh.
And I left one day with my space heater on, and thank God my office was still there when
That
I
is
returned.
so scary.
But I was really freaked out. But the space heater did have an auto shut off, so when it felt too hot, it would stop.
That's
So
good.
that's what must have saved my office from burning down.
well, thank goodness.
I was really freaked out though after I did that.
And it's on your mind, like, constantly. When you first realize that you might have left something on, then that's all you can think about.
Well, I didn't have a clue that I had
Oh,
left it
you
on
just
until I got back
there.
to the office and saw it was
Oh.
on, and I was like,
That's almost better, though, because when you leave the house and you're like, did I lock that? Like, did I lock the door? Or, like, did I leave my flat iron on? Then you're like, well, I'm already late to wherever I'm going. I mean, this is just my personal experience. And then it's like, okay, well, I can't go home and check it because I'm already late. So I'm just going to have to pray that it's like my house is standing when I get there, you know? So I can see where that would be a good thing. But long story short, I don't think I would invest because I don't really cook, or, you know, so I don't leave the oven on.
but you could license it. So Tina says, a glass ceramic plate with just buttons on top, digital ones. Oh, interesting. I don't think we don't have
probably
anything
do.
like that I've seen. But yes, you're right. We probably do have
Yes,
something like that I just haven't seen. And let's see. It would be better to license it. Yes, I agree, Tina.
Yeah,
I think it should be a
that's true.
licensing deal. If they hadn't asked for so much, but I'm kind of totally in anyway.
Yes.
I'm gonna, as I think Barbara says, I'm going to take a flyer on this.
I love that.
I know.
Channel the Barb.
Yes.
One thing
Yes,
before we
yes.
leave, I meant to say this was, so Robert had actually gave them an offer,
Yeah.
and then they counter offered it, and then Robert was like, no, I'm out. But I
Right.
think that if he wouldn't, like, in his explanation of saying, I'm not going to take the counter, he was like, talked himself out of it and was like, so if you're not on board, I'm out. And then Lori was like, so he's out. And I think that they would have actually taken it. It was like an awkward thing where they encourage people to, do counter offers. And this time it just didn't work out for them. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But it was like a weird little thing where I was like, I think if he would have said no, they would have still been like, okay, well, we'll take it,
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
So I felt kind of bad for them, but anyways.
But they could have really jumped in if
they could have like come back and been like,
no, we'll take it.
Yeah, like,
do it?
would you still do it? Like they could have. But anyway, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
Moving on.
I agree. Moving on. Yeah. And maybe they'll be purchased by another shark, or maybe another shark will invest in a year, and then they'll be sold for $300 million.
Yes, they'll beat the record.
Yes.
It could always happen.
301. But moving on to bird dogs, Peter and Chris were in the tank, $250,000 in exchange for 1.5%. These are basically just really soft men's shorts that have built-in underwear. That is essentially what they are. However, they have a crap load of sales. As I started to say that, all of a sudden I was like, maybe I shouldn't be saying crap.
That's funny. Very
funny. 2.1. Oh, I didn't even think of it as a pun. Because it's underwear, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
2.1 million in sales last year. They are on track for 6.3 million this year. The Sharks were shocked.
Yes.
They did not like these guys.
No, but at first it was like too good to be true.
Yeah.
Tina says this is the stupidest deal ever, and those freaking guys, geez. I kind of agree. Like they came in just, I mean, wild, like party guys, sort of. I don't know. I couldn't give them a type, but they just were like, they were trying to do these jokes with the watermelon, and I was like, I was confused as well as all the sharks were. And then they were just so cocky, and they were like, we're the best. I'm the best. This is the best product. We sell so many. We're number one. Like all this stuff, and it's like they weren't being true and honest with the sharks, which was a big red flag.
Yeah.
And
the Sharks did not like them. Like,
no, and I think
time.
that this could have easily been something that any of the sharks could have picked up and been like.
And Damon even said that. He said this should have been prime with those numbers, but I don't like you.
I know. And it's about the entrepreneur, as they mention a lot. So.
Yeah. And even one of them, I think it was Chris. I mean, he went to Harvard. I think Harvard Business School. Yeah, Harvard Business School. And then he was an exec. Oh, it was Peter. He went to Harvard Business School and was an exec at IBM even. I mean, they were ripe for the taking, and they just didn't sell themselves.
They were just too big for their britches.
Ching. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
On that note, I'm going to say, no, I wouldn't invest.
I wouldn't invest either, because most of the clothing I'm out on anyway, because I feel like it's such a saturated market that I'm just not ready to go there. So sorry, Peter and Chris.
And Tina says they probably just wanted the promo, and I would agree. They probably just got on there to do a big show and get some more sales.
And I think actually sometimes when there are big asks, that's with small percentages, that's how they feel, because they feel like, oh, great, we'll just scare all the sharks away.
Exactly.
But that said, I don't think that was the case for Innerv. I think it was a big ask, and they really did want to do it.
I think you're right.
I'm just still sad about them.
Me too.
I feel like, you know who should install it? Apartment owners, because then like they're the ones who have incentive not to have their buildings burned down.
Yes, that is brilliant.
Yes.
Did you hear that?
I know.
Go to apartment owners.
I know. But did they say how much they retailed for? I don't think they did. Oh, yeah, 250 average was the order.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, you can practically buy a cheap stove for $250, I think.
Yeah,
like
but it's not going to
maybe.
tell you when it's
hot,
when it's too hot.
No, it won't. Okay, we are coming up now to next episode's worth of products. I know this is one of your favorites. iFork. Kyle was in the tank, $100,000 in exchange for 5% of the company. And this is basically stackable party stuff. So you can stack your plate with your cup. It actually latches into the bottom of the plate. So like if you're at a party and you don't, you need your hand, it hooks together. And then a fork and knife that actually also lack in. I was going to say latch in and lack in. Wait,
I don't know where you're going. Latch in and lock and latch.
Yes.
There you go. Now we're on the same page.
Can't say these
We're
words.
latching, we're locking.
Yes.
It's iFork, people.
It's iFork.
iFork.
So this was smart.
I thought this was brilliant.
Yes.
I was thinking, just like all of the times that I'm sitting or I'm going through like a potluck line or like catering or something, and I'm like, okay, I really want one more plate of desserts, but which hand am I going to put that in? Because I still got to get the lemonade at the end of the line.
And that was what Kyle was saying, and it's so true. You always go to a party and then you don't know where does your fork go, and then he's right. You hug someone, your fork disappears.
What do I do with my hands? Classic.
Always,
So,
yes.
but
But
there's always a but. Barbara was on point with the whole packaging.
yes, absolutely.
Because
it looked like Tupperware.
It did look like Tupperware, and they need to make it generic so that the cups that we have at home, like solo, everyone has solo cups. Like you can just use that generic to slide that onto the bottom of your plate, because that would just make life so much easier.
It would. It does make more sense.
I think it's
so
amazing.
Smart. One of the sharks, I don't remember, I think it was Rohan, he said that he didn't think it was a problem with your fork like touching the dirty surface. And I thought he couldn't have been more wrong. I agreed with, I think it was Damon maybe who followed that up with like, no, when they take my plate and my fork is on the, it's gross.
Yeah.
I feel that way, like gross.
I agree, but I feel like I'm not really in that situation. Maybe I'm not thinking of it correctly, but like I'll just hold my fork or I'll put it on a napkin or something.
Right. But they're saying like if it's just like that.
I know.
Now it's touching.
Oh,
It's
yeah, like when
gross.
you're like, I know it's not clean over here.
Yeah.
Like, I know. I agree. I don't like,
Yeah.
I'm a clean person.
Yeah, I like to be clean too.
Yeah,
so he did wind up with a deal. He tried to negotiate with Barbara, but they did wind up at a little bit. So Barbara offered $100,000 for 20%. They did negotiate to 15.
Yep.
But she did have the contingencies that he needed to redesign the packaging and work on it so that a solo cup or some other standard size cups could fit underneath. He wouldn't have to sell cups as well. Also, I think his retail was high, $15.99, and Robert pointed out that most of these things would sell for maybe a total of about $10. So that is a high markup. Because I was thinking at that point, oh, he's right. Would I actually spend more money? I probably wouldn't. I think it's a cool idea, but I'd think, oh, let my guests figure it out then. I'm not spending more money.
Yeah, like I've already done the food and like everything. It's like I'm not gonna just exactly in the same way.
I don't think I would. So let's see, what's Tina say? Tina says this was amazing. The guy wasn't having the suggestions. He was close to crying.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, we're talking about iFork? No, he got a deal. He was close to crying though, Tina. You're right, and I felt really sad. And he had a great story.
He had a great
amazing
story
too. He had come from like nothing. He started a photo studio. He started a magazine,
which was super successful.
Yes.
I mean, what an incredible, inspiring story.
Yeah.
So
Kyle was amazing.
So amazing.
Hats
as
off
a
to
person.
Kyle. I know. We love Kyle.
We love Kyle.
Yay, Kyle.
Go Kyle.
So I think unfortunately, we're in agreement again, aren't we? Are you going to invest, Kelsey?
We weren't in agreement on the stove.
Oh, yes.
See, you have one.
High five.
Okay.
Up top. No?
I don't high five to disagreement. I like to agree. We're friends.
We can be friends and disagree because one of us has better opinions. Cough, cough, me.
Oh, we agree again. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say I would like to invest in iFork.
Okay, me too.
Okay.
I know. Tina, are you investing with us? I bet you are.
I bet so.
Let's find out. Okay, Tina, we're going to keep an eye on you so you can let us know. And we are going to also move on to Stasher. Cat was in the tank, $400,000 in exchange for 5%. These are essentially healthy Ziploc baggies. So people who are really concerned about plastics, this is a safe plastic with like no byproducts and no chemicals. And what's different from other similar silicone type bags is that this has what she called the male and female side. So that's essentially what the top of a Ziploc bag is, where you can zip it together. Yeah. And that also allows it to go into the microwave.
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought this was awesome because every time I put like plastic Tupperware into the microwave to like warm up my leftovers, I'm like, and I'm getting cancer because I'm heating this up in the microwave. So great. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. So
but you can get the Tupperware that's all safe and BPA free and whatever else it's supposed to be.
I know, but I just feel like there's so much plastic that I use anyways, like it's seeping in somehow. Like just from, this or work or whatever, wherever I'm at, like there's plastic creeping everywhere.
So you like to be clean and minus plastic.
I think this is a great idea to have Ziploc bags that are not plastic. And you can throw it in the dishwasher and reuse it. Although, I mean, if you're like saving food and stuff like that, you would need a lot of them, not just like 3.
Well, I guess it's like Tupperware.
Yeah.
Like I only have so much Tupperware.
True.
You know? And it always disappears. Socks don't disappear. Everyone says socks disappear. I find my socks in the dryer. I do not know what happens to my Tupperware.
Or like the lids.
Yes, they never match up.
I know, because sometimes I have it, and then I'm like, where is the lid to this one?
Yes.
Not round, not rectangle. It's the square one.
Yes, I agree.
Square.
But with this, you don't have to worry about lids, and they sell for $9.99, $11.99, and $19.99 based on the size. She has sold 1.6 million in just 1 year with about a 63% profit margin. Now, what did you think of Kat? Because I actually thought she came in seeming kind of nervous, and then she got really bubbly, and the sharks were turned off. The sharks were just grumpy, maybe. They seemed turned off, and I did not think she was overly anything, because they made I think one of them, Damon was it, or Robert made the comment that she was a little much, and I didn't think so.
Okay, so I did think, I was on the same page with the nervousness, and then she was bubbly.
Yeah.
Then she got like aggressive with Mark. I was like, because Lori was going to come in with the, with an offer, and she completely ignored Lori.
Yes.
And then she was like, don't go out, Mark.
Yeah.
Wait, Mark, like, I want to make a deal with you. And all the time, like, Lori's talking.
Yes.
And then finally, Lori's like, hello, let me just say something. I'm out. And she's like, cool, whatever. Mark.
Yes, she was so rude.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I was like, this is it for her. And then I think Mark was impressed that she was pursuing him, you know, or like maybe just very determined to, like, she came in for him, and he was like, okay, she's really wanting me, you know. So maybe that's why he took, because did he even counter offer? Like, he kind of took it at a low.
Did he? Yeah, no.
Well, he did. So he asked for 20%, and then she countered at 15%, and he didn't do anything. He was like, okay, done.
Right.
And I was like, and all the sharks were looking, and they were like, what just
Yes,
happened?
they were. I was just shocked because I thought maybe ego, like you said, but I mean, people go in all the time with an interest in a particular shark, and then she kept saying, Mark, I'll show you, I'll show you. It was very surprising, and she wanted nothing to do with Lori, and to me, Lori was the perfect partner for her.
I know.
This is like
so
a
too.
QVC infomercial Bed Bath & Beyond product.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was crazy.
Crazy to me, too. I didn't get that.
I didn't either.
Everyone, I made that note, too. Everyone looks confused. That was like the last thing I wrote. Deal.
Yeah.
Tina, do you want to tell us Tina?
OMG, this lady was hilarious when she just ignored everyone else but Mark. I mean, kind of rude, but in a funny way. And completely agree. I was kind of sitting there being like, what's happening?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what is she thinking?
Yeah.
But she got a deal, so I
got
mean,
a deal.
You know, hats off to her.
Yes, it worked. So would you be in or out, Kelsey?
I would be in. I still like the product. And I think that they should do more about like the health and like this is plastic.
Yeah.
I think they'll change that. But
And I'm so glad you said that, because that stood out to me, because one of the things the shark said, right, was that her packaging needed to reflect that healthy side.
Yes.
And then she commented like, well, I thought the pictures of the fruits and vegetables did it. But one of them, did you guys notice when you were watching? One of them did not have pictures of healthy fruits and vegetables. It had like an M&M on the front
and a
with a
pretzel.
pretzel. Yes.
I saw the pretzel.
I saw the M&M. I need the elliptical.
Right. Same. But I think she was confused. She was like trying to argue. I don't know if that was trying to be like a defense mechanism or something, because she was like, well, what would you do? How would you change it? And I was like, calm down, take a breath.
But I read that differently. I think she was trying to get free advice, that she thought like, I'm not going to get a deal, but I trust you. So what would you do? So she could go and take the information.
But it was like very harsh.
It didn't come out well.
Yes. So, and I think she was thinking like, it's healthy. There are fruits and stuff on the box, but I think what they were thinking healthy as far as like environmentally healthy. So it was just a lot of conflict in one moment,
which
and I
you
was
don't
like, I don't like. I was sitting there and I was like, when's it gonna end? How much longer?
Deal.
Yes. And she gave them candy in the bags, Tina says.
Oh, I think you're right. They did
This girl.
Yeah, you're right, Tina. Yeah.
All right. Well, she got a deal, so she's
so
good.
go Cat.
Go Cat.
Go Cat.
Do your thing.
I think I would have been out. I know you're in,
I'm
but
in.
I don't think we can call this a conflict, because it's not that I didn't like the product. It's just that I think sort of like the clothing, like it's fine, but I'm not so worried when I put my Tupperware in the microwave. So I'm just not the right partner, Kat.
And I love it. I think it's cool.
Kelsey's the right partner.
Yeah, I'm the right one. Call me.
So let's not move on to iFork. I just turned my page the wrong way.
We're going to go to
back.
recharge.
Recharge. It sounds
Do you need
so
a recharge?
I know, it sounds so appropriate right there.
I know.
Daniel is in the tank, $75,000 in exchange for 15% of the company. This is basically a power nap studio. So for $9, you can have 25 minutes of nap time where they pipe in pretty sounds and they give you an eye mask and some earplugs, but only if you ask for them, and some nice scents. So I have feelings about this.
I do too. I feel relaxed.
Okay, I
just
don't
thinking
feel that.
about it.
I don't feel that way. My first issue is who can fall asleep in 25 minutes?
I've done it. 15
up and
power
down?
naps. Power naps. That is actually the correct amount of a power nap. Like you should not sleep. Like in college, I could do a good 2-hour power nap. That is not a power nap. 15 minutes, that is the correct amount of time for you to actually recharge and be able to go.
Right.
So it's 10 to 15 and I've
Wait,
done
no,
it.
10 to
and
15, you just got shorter.
I
I think it's 15 to 20. I think you're right, but I think it's 15.
yeah.
But don't you sit and think, I only have 20 minutes left. I
That
only
is
have
true.
19 minutes left. I only have 18 minutes left. And then you're awake the whole time until your last 3 minutes when you doze off.
That is true. That's why I always set my alarm for the 25-minute mark because I know I'm not going to sleep until 5 minutes or 10 minutes into it, and then I'm actually going to get the right time. But I really liked this idea and this concept, but I think because I heard that Google does this with their employees, and the first time I heard that, I was like, of course, Google is the genius of all geniuses. That is what we all should be doing. And I think that businesses should have that. And I feel like techie businesses probably already do have that. So they have the little sleep pods.
Right.
But I think that he could cater to selling that to business and corporations and stuff like that are trendy and millennials.
But who wants to sleep on something dirty? He said they only wipe it down in between.
Yeah,
because
he has a store you could go
Right.
into, but I think that they should do it
They need a sheet.
yeah, they could
Yeah.
do it sell the actual area, the pods and stuff.
But those weren't pods. They were just beds separated by a curtain.
Yeah, it was some
it's
sort
different. It's a curtain.
it's a curtain, but it's soundproof curtain.
You know what I just realized? Wait, it's not a soundproof curtain. There's no such thing as a soundproof
Well,
curtain.
it's supposed to be heavy so you don't hear
you can
a lot of
always
noise.
hear through a curtain. Yay! Disagreement. You can always hear through a curtain.
He has the curtain, so it's canceling noise or something.
No, they just said it's
Yeah.
a thick curtain, and they play
maybe
music.
that's what I heard. Oh yeah, that's why you have your earbuds, huh?
Yeah, and you have to ask for the earplugs. No, they don't just give those to you. They give you a sleep mask.
He should have soundproof. That way you're completely.
You can't soundproof a curtain.
Well, you could invent it. Can someone go ahead and invent that? I'll be waiting on the next episode of Shark Tank.
That's
You're
called
welcome.
a pod.
Anyways, what were you saying,
Yes.
Zoe?
Tina remembered Google as well because of the movie The Internship and that
Good
they nap.
movie.
And I have a cousin who works at Google, and I have gone to
Why
visit
don't we
her
have
at her
jobs
office.
at Google,
I know.
too?
Because we're here.
I love this job, but also we could be working at Google too.
Our job has washer and dryer, which is kind of random. I've never used it, but it
Google
is kind of
probably
a
does,
really
too.
neat
I would
idea.
hate to break
I
your
don't
heart.
think they do.
Oh yeah, you would know.
I don't remember. I do remember touring her building. though.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
I'll be
moving
ready for a
on.
tour.
Oh yeah, I feel like did we really discuss this or not?
We just
No
argued
deal.
about it.
No deal. Because there's no such thing as a soundproof curtain
I don't know yet
until you invent.
until you invent it. Okay.
Okay. We're
think-
doing in or out.
It's not there yet. There's a part missing, but I like
Like the soundproofing?
the soundproofing's not there. I like what what Google does with the pods. I like that part of the nap thing, but I don't really like what he's doing with it. I don't know.
I think
I'm on the fence about this one.
the big difference also though with Google is that you can go in for any amount of time. Like you just have to be an adult about it.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
this, if you're only, if you're paying also,
Yeah.
and you only have 25 minutes, then Like you just keep thinking your time is ticking. So
I think you've convinced me
Okay.
to sway the way.
also,
the way.
Barbara might be able to sway you too. She made an excellent point and said, explain to me why I should invest in a company where you're telling me I'm only
know.
breaking even.
And he said the model, and she was like, "That's a terrible model."
Yeah.
No.
Out.
Yeah.
Everyone's out. Are you out? Are you,
I'm out.
did I convince you?
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Okay. Would you have been in?
I
mean, you
now-
liked it,
if
but would you have
hear-
invested?
That's true. I like it, but I don't think I would invest.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that is exactly correct.
I don't like it. Sorry, Daniel. And I would not invest.
I do like power naps, though.
I
support them.
I definitely support napping.
Yes.
Tina says she's worried that she would fall off of it if she dozed off. It's true. It looked a little bit narrow.
It did.
Was it an air mattress?
Also, it looked like it was kind of curved.
Yes.
I don't know, like the wrong way. Like it should
Yeah.
probably be curved in.
It was curved up.
I
instead
think
of
it was
down.
curved out. Like one of those. What are they like? The bananas that you pull behind the boats. Like if you go tubing or something. Like I grew up on a lake and there was like the banana boats.
Tube.
Not
What's
a circle tube. It was, and it's called the banana, and it's just like long.
Oh.
And then you like kind of straddle it. But every time it gets going, everyone falls off. It's just.
Well, that's
it's-
the point, right?
Yeah, but
Kind
I
of?
mean, kind of. I mean,
So fall off of your nap.
but that's
Right.
exactly kind of what I thought of because I was like, it's shaped the same way. Everyone's gonna fall off too.
So on to our fourth product here, Debt Propel. David, $200,000 in exchange for 20%. He has come up with this proprietary substance that basically shields everything from liquids. You can spray it on your shirt, your shoes, anything, your carpet, your couch. And he did the research behind it to like figure out how nanoparticles work and made this. And I think it is like, I feel like we've thrown this word around a lot tonight. Brilliant. It was amazing.
Also, he's 19.
He's 19. He's even more amazing.
What?
What?
How is he that smart at 19?
And he had another business that he sold for over $100,000 before this one.
I know this kid. Everyone, all of the sharks were pretty much on board for this one. I mean, except for
Yeah, they were all excited.
yes,
Yeah.
they were all excited
Yeah.
about it, and it was a really cool product.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and how cool was it? It was also safe to, like, non-toxic. So for your skin and to put it in your mouth. Like he squirted it in his mouth.
yeah,
Amazing.
I know that was so crazy. I was like, "Are you sure you should be doing that?" But
Yeah.
they said that it passed all the things.
EPA
so-
and FDA. It adheres to both. Yeah.
yeah,
And he said it's mostly water, and that's why, right? Didn't he say it had
Yeah.
to because it's water? It's
Water-based,
safe.
yeah.
And nanoparticles. I don't really know what nanoparticles are.
I don't
other
know.
Than, like, really
I know this was
small-
like way over my head. I was like, "Sounds awesome. Sounds pretty cool." But it was so interesting that Lori and Mark paired up, and
Rohan and
Robert.
Robert, the
also
two R's. Yes.
ours. They paired up,
Yes.
and he wasn't sure really which one to go. I
Yeah.
think he was leaning towards Mark and Lori kind of the whole time, but then Barbara was the one. No, she was.
Barbara said she's out, but she thought that he should do Mark and
Yes,
Lori.
but
Yeah.
she
Go
kind
with
of
them.
swayed him,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You're right." So
Yeah.
I think that's helped him to like push over the edge.
And this is one where maybe I feel like Robert and Rohan would have been good because Rohan, like his specialty is taking brands and making them huge. But he also specializes in selling them.
Right.
So I guess if David doesn't want to sell, then
Well,
Mark
and I
Lori,
think the
right?
big selling point was when Mark was talking about his nano people. Like
Yes,
he has
yes.
a bunch of people that do this already, and I think he was like, "Oh, well, that just goes with exactly what I'm doing. So why wouldn't I?" It just kind of is logical.
work with them, right? And Mark made a point of saying you'll still be on as like it's yours,
Right.
You know, we'll sign all of that. It's just these people can help you. I already
Yeah,
have
and I
that.
think that's
Yeah.
exactly what he needs too.
Yeah.
Like they need to do like I think more testing and stuff because I mean he's done a lot, but Lori was like, we got to do a couple more things, make sure it's approved, all that stuff,
Right.
and then it's just gonna
fly off the shelves.
fly off the shelves.
I would buy this so much. And he had a good start, and I think the Sharks didn't know if he was joking or not. So when he came out, he walked out with like some coffee and spilled it on himself. And you saw like in the reaction shots, which are not accurate. We know they've edited, so we don't know that they were really laughing. But there were some Sharks who they edited to look like they were laughing. I think they were wondering like, was this a mistake or not at the very beginning. Did you get that impression?
He sold his pitch
Yeah.
well.
Yes, he did a good job.
Because I got even nervous because I think I was like writing or looking down or something, and then when I looked up, he like spilled something. I was like, oh no, was that intentional? Did he do that on purpose? I was like, his face is not showing me like any expressions as to like if that was part of it, if it wasn't. I was a bit nervous for him. And then he was doing his thing, and I was like, I think this is part of his thing. And I was like, that was so good. I was like, this kid, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He was really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Tina also thinks so. He was incredible. She also thought he was older. And then, yes, because I think the Sharks thought he was older just because he'd already had a successful business.
I know.
And then, yeah, Robert used an immigrant card. And even at the end, did you see Robert said, like, it's sort of my Hail Mary.
Yeah.
He said, we're all immigrants over here. Robert and Rohan. Come on, David.
I know. That was, yeah, you could kind of tell he was like desperate to get the deal.
Yeah, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
For a good product.
I know. It's always fun when all the Sharks want it.
Yes, it is. I agree. It's better than, because I like when people get along. So would you have invested, Kelsey? I know we need to wrap ourselves up.
I think this is super cool, and he's like a little genius. So I would be like, yes, go do your thing.
I agree. I would have definitely invested. It's a product I love. Kelsey, if people want to keep talking to you about all these great Shark Tank products, where can they find you?
Guys, you can find me, Kelsey Hightower, online at Kels Hightower.
And I'm Zoe Hewitt. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Real Zoe Hewitt. You can also find me on YouTube at Zoe Hewitt Hosting, where I do a weekly movie analysis show. Thank you so much for joining us for another 2 episodes of Shark Tank. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.